Hey you guys, welcome back, or if you're new here, I am Amy from A Red Spatula, and today I am going to show you how to make a 100% whole wheat potato loaf. This bread is so soft and so fluffy. You can eat it just like it is, or you could even use it for sandwiches. Either way, it's going to be perfect. Now let me show you how to do this. So to start out with, we're going to add our milk and our active dry yeast to our mixing bowl. Mix this up just a little bit. Let it sit for about 5 minutes until it's activated. Once it's activated, we're going to add in our remaining ingredients, leftover mashed potatoes being one of those. And I'm not going to list out all the ingredients and the measurements in this video, but you can find them in the description down below. Now I use white wheat flour in mine. You can also use red or even spelt if you prefer it. Mix this on medium speed, or you can knead it, of course, if you don't have a stand mixer. Mix it together until it's nice and smooth. This takes usually about 6 to 8 minutes, just depending on your mixer. This is a whole wheat dough, so it's going to be a little bit tacky, which means sticky. It's going to be very hydrated. Cover this, let it rest for about, I don't know, I guess depending on the humidity and temperature in your house, but in between 45 minutes and an hour and a half. This is what it looks like once it's done and it's doubled. Now, when we're shaping the dough, we're going to want to put a little bit of flour down. Just because it's sticky, it's a little bit easier to work with. I shaped this into a round bowl, and it's a big loaf. But if you wanted to make sandwich loaves with this, you could also divide it in half and do 2 8x4 sandwich loaves. Now once it's formed, we're going to place it onto a parchment lined baking sheet. I like to sprinkle it with just a touch of flour, as this keeps our kitchen towel or saran wrap from sticking to the top of the bowl. Cover this, let it sit until it's doubled at room temperature again, and at the end of the time, just make sure that you preheat your oven. Now you can bake the bread just like this. It's doubled, it's ready to go, but what I like to do is I like to brush with an egg wash, and then I like to sprinkle it with flour. Now again, you don't have to brush it with the egg wash, but I think that the flour actually holds better when you brush it with egg wash to begin with. So sprinkle it generously. This is very typical for a potato bread, is to cover it with a flour on the top. And then I love to score it, and I do this for a couple of reasons. I love the way that it looks. Aesthetically, it's really beautiful to have this cross or whatever you choose to do on yours. But also this allows for steam to release through these score marks instead of potentially blowing out the side of your bread. Then once it's ready, transfer it directly to the oven. Now I always go by temperature when I'm baking my whole wheat bread. So this was baked to 192 degrees. I like it in between 192 and 195. And you can see from the results of this that that's the perfect temperature. I never go by time. I always go by temperature when it comes to baking my whole wheat breads. Now, this is the way that I like to serve mine. You can eat it any way you like, but I love it fresh like this, served with plenty of softened butter. Now, of course, don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss any of the new videos that are coming out.